Alright, 2012 Hyundai Elantra, and I just want to show you what I'm up against here. There's a stop lamp fuse that is blowing, it's popping the fuse, and the car came in because there were no brake lights. If you put a fuse in, it pops it right away, and I'm using my tail lamp harness short finding tool. So I'm going to try to figure out what's going on here. I'll explain in a minute. This is the stop lamp relay, and it was very hot to the touch. And it was not clicking or making any noise or letting any smoke out when the tail lamp harness was glowing. But when I did disconnect the harness, you can see that the tail lamp harness is no longer lit up. When I disconnected the harness from this relay, the tail lamp harness stopped glowing. Okay, now I'm going to open it up and see what's going on. Well, there's the relay. It was never going to make noise. When it's working normally, it'll never make noise. Inside what looks like a normal relay, mechanical relay, it's actually all solid state. So the bottom of it looks very familiar. The insides just has a circuit board, no moving parts. Checking further. Alright, so what I've done now is I've got that tail lamp harness hanging on the window there. And that way I can see that there is a short right now. I jumpered across the load side relay terminals, and my tail lamp harness is still hooked up to the fuse terminals, and it's glowing brightly. That means it's got power and ground on that fuse, so that's a short. I've started disconnecting the tail lamp assemblies and the third brake light assembly, and when I got to the right rear tail lamp assembly, I unplug it and the light goes out. Okay, I'll show you where it is right here. There it is. Lights are on. Disconnect the harness. Lights are off. So that tells me that the short is in this. There you go. It's inside of the right rear tail lamp assembly. So I'm going to open it up and see what's going on. Okay, I want to show you that with the third brake light, or the right side tail lamp assembly off, disconnected, there's no direct short. There's normal current flow through the other lights. I have everything jumpered so the lights would normally be on, the brake lights would normally be on, and you can see that it's just enough to get the filaments to barely glow on the tail lamp harness that I'm using as a tool. And the brake lights are on, those three, but this assembly, I took it apart, and as soon as you put a bulb into it, you can watch that these lights will go off, and in the background there you should be able to see the tail lamp harness turn on. See the difference there? All I'm doing is moving the bulb in and out of here. So I'm going to find out where that short is. Here's a new bulb, and everything's working normal now. You see the tail lamp harness glowing in the background there, just barely glowing, and you can see that all the other brake lights are working normal. Now, the reason why this relay was hot is because there was a direct short to ground, and it was heating up, and apparently it's got some type of thermal safety switch or safety circuit built into it, so when it gets to a certain temperature, it turns off, and that's why the tail lamp harness indicating the short would turn on, and then once it heated up enough it would turn off, and it would just cycle back from on and off. And it took me a little longer than normal to find this particular short because of the way it was behaving, mostly because the tail lamp harness was glowing on and off, and the other problem was that the wire color codes in the diagrams didn't match the vehicle. Sometimes that happens, and when that happens, it always helps to just go back to the basics. Everything on this circuit works off of power and ground. You just have to figure out where it's supposed to be. And this tail lamp harness that I cannibalized off of a tail lamp assembly, I got it for free, and it's made me a lot of money. So hopefully we can go over how it's used maybe in another video, maybe the next video. Alright, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, please go ahead and comment, because I'll be happy to either add another video or answer any questions.